finishing up the form. This is actually a couple moves, but we're going to show them to you all at once. So, from apparently sealing, seemingly closing, this is actually 3 moves. So I've just done withdraw and push. This one is cross hands. This is returning to the beginning. This is closing the Tai Chi form. So looking at pieces here. After I've done the wipe, withdraw and push, apparently sealing, seemingly closing, whatever you want to call it, I sit back and my forearms extend diagonally upwards. So this is different from the push in the first third, where you sit back and your forearms drop. This time you want the angle of the forearms to continue, the forearms continue along that same path. So I sit back, my forearms extend diagonally upwards. Now I turn. As I turn, the 2 hands separate. So you get to a position like this. Ben Lo would say, like a W, not a diamond. So a lot of this has to do with what part of the arm you're leading with. When I sit back here, I want to be thinking about the outside edge, the pinky side of the hand, the outside edge of the forearm. That's what I'm leading with, is that part. If instead you lead with the elbow, you'll end up like a diamond, not a W. So where your awareness goes in this will determine how this move works out. So now think about the pinky side, outer edge of the forearm. As you turn, the hands separate. My weight is still 100% in the right. So be careful about mushing the weight here. When you do this, you don't already end up in the left leg. You sit back, all the weight's in the right. You turn, all the weight is still in the right. Then clearly shift to the left. As I'm doing that, my hands are dropping, again leading with the pinky sides, so that the hands end up palm up at the bottom, here in front of me, and my right foot has pivoted on the ball while I did that. And I'm 100% now in the left. Sit back, arms extend diagonally upward, turn, leading with the pinky side. Lead with the pinky side of both hands. We call this embracing the world, so that you end up down here, palm up, right as you finish shifting your weight and your foot has finished turning. Then step back, shift 50-50. As you do this, the 2 hands cross. So this is the cross hands part. Sit back 100%. Stay 100%. Turn the waist, leading with the outside of the arm and hand, still 100%. Shift as you do that, making a big curve with both arms, leading with the pinky side. Embrace the world, palms up, right in front of your thighs just as you reach the finishing shifting. Step back, shift 50-50, the hands cross. When the hands cross, they cross with a little bit of space between the wrists. So look how my 2 palms aren't crammed together. They're crossed. If I took this hand out and put 2 fingers at the base of the palm, the other hand would just clear that. The same thing is true on the inside. I've got this 2 fingers space in between them. So I'm not crossing palm to palm. And let this be relaxed. So when you're doing this, you don't have to try to force it to be a 90-degree angle. Let the arms relax some so that you can actually stay here. And make sure that your legs are still bent. A lot of times people end up in this posture and they've already stood up. They sit back, nice and bent, and then they're already standing up when they get to cross hands. Cross hands is a deep sitting down posture, not a standing up posture. Then we're going to stand up. So let that be two separate things. I sit back, my forearms extend. I turn my waist, leading with the pinky side. Lead with the pinky side of both hands as you embrace the world. Front foot pivots on the ball. Step back, and now watch the motion of my two hands. My right hand is moving towards the left upper corner. My left hand is moving towards the right upper corner. And as that happens, the two hands cross. So it's easy for this to become a little bit mushy. You're just kind of there, and then your hands just kind of come up like they're along a zipper. See how that motion is going? So try not to do that. Give them some meaning. Sit back, all the weight. Turn your waist, leading with the pinky side. Embrace the world. Both hands end up, palm up at the bottom. Just as I finish shifting, my hands have arrived. Step, and now each hand goes to its corner. Then feel your feet, feel the top of your head. Let yourself stand up. The hands drop, everything finishing just as you finish standing up. So this all goes together. Those of you who have studied with us will recognize the way that we make you do this over and over. And the key thing about this is everything goes together. It's not that I stand up and then my hands drop, or that my hands drop and then I stand up, or that I've actually already stood up, so there isn't anything to do but drop the hands. Have all of that happen together. So sitting down, my hands cross. Standing up, when I stand up and finish standing up, the hands have just finished. Sitting down, the hands are moving all the way. Standing up, the hands are moving all the way. So this is a good thing to practice. A thing that will happen is that you sit down and then your legs have run out of move and you still have to move the hands. So really meter the standing up and the sitting down so that the hands finish as your hips finish, rather than getting up, dropping the hands, sitting down, oh, that's about as far as I'd like to sit, moving the hands. Have these two go together. With time, working on metering and synchronizing, you'll be able to actually drive the motion of the hands by the standing and sitting down. But if you don't make sure they're synchronized, you'll never get to the place where you can drive it. So, from withdraw and push, the wipe, sit back, forearms extend diagonally upward, turn, leading with the pinky side, embracing the world, palms up right as you finish shifting, step, shift, each hand has its direction, cross hands, sitting down. Return to the beginning, standing up, letting the hands drop. It's nice to stand here for a couple breaths before you close the Tai Chi form. Sit into the left, let your right foot pivot. Shift to the right, your waist will come back to the front. Bring the heels close to each other, back to the V. Shift 50-50, standing up. One more time. The end of the first third.